Welcome to you all in my YouTube channel Express Mathematics. In today's videos, I am going to explain you about terms related to hyperbola and equation of hyperbola with transverse axis along y-axis, and I will also solve some questions related to hyperbola. Before starting, I want you to make sure that you please subscribe my channel if you have not already subscribed, so that I will be encouraged to make more videos, and also press bell icon so that you will be informed about my coming videos. So now I'll start today's topics. About the terms related to hyperbola, I have explained orally in previous video also, so I have written here and I am explaining it in brief. Terms related to hyperbola, here in hyperbola we have transverse axis and conjugate axis, just like we have major axis and minor axis in ellipse. Transverse axis, the line A dash joining the vertices A and A dash is called the transverse axis, and its length is 2a. This A dash length is 2a. So this is justified by the definition of the hyperbola. This point A or vertex A is also the point on the hyperbola. So it is the locus of the point, such that the difference of distance from any two fixed point has constant difference. So here S and S dash are foci, so these two are the fixed points. Now distance of this point from S dash minus S will be constant. That constant we have supposed 2a. So S dash minus this S will be equals to A dash, because A dash S dash and AS are equal. So A S dash minus AS. So that minus AS, this can be subtracted, and that quantity cancels with this. So this becomes A dash, that A dash will be equals to 2a. Okay, that means this AS dash minus AS, okay, will be equal to A dash, because this AS is equal to A dash S dash. So this AS and A dash S dash will be cancelled. Now conjugate axis, the line BB dash, this BB dash through origin O perpendicular to A dash, such that OB equals to OB dash equals to B is called the conjugate axis. So this B coordinate is 0B, B dash coordinate is 0 minus B. But there is no real type of this conjugate axis, because just like in ellipse, this hyperbola doesn't intersect this conjugate axis. Okay, only taking length equals to OB, length OB equals to OB dash equals to B, we will locate the point on y-axis, and this length gives us the length of the conjugate axis. Now equation of hyperbola with transverse axis along y-axis. The equation of the hyperbola with transverse axis along y-axis and conjugate axis along x-axis is called the conjugate hyperbola. Okay, so here also we can locate the point here a0, and here minus a comma 0, and here this one you can suppose to be here, if you suppose this as B and then this as B dash, then you can suppose this as A and then this as A dash. So this A dash, its length equals to 2a is the length of the conjugate axis, and this BB dash length is 2b, that is the length of the transverse axis. Okay, and here the equation of the hyperbola is y square over b square minus x square over a square equals to 1, and if the y square term is positive, then the transverse axis is along y-axis. If the x square term is positive, then the transverse axis is along x-axis. So in this case, the equation of the hyperbola is x square over a square minus y square over b square equals to 1. So here x square term is positive, so the transverse axis is along x-axis. Here y square term is positive, so transverse axis is along y-axis. So here in hyperbola, how the hyperbola opens is controlled by the sign of x square and y square term rather than the values of a square and b square. In ellipse, a square and b square value used to determine the major axis, but here sine of x square and y square determines the transverse axis of the hyperbola. Now some important results of hyperbola. So here we have hyperbola x square over a square minus y square over b square equals to 1. So here a square and b square value doesn't determine how the hyperbola opens or where is its transverse axis. So here x square term is positive, so transverse axis is along x-axis, and its vertex will be plus minus a comma 0, and coordinate of the foci will be plus minus c comma 0, and length of the transverse axis will be 2a, and length of the conjugate axis will be 2b, and eccentricity E equals to c over a. Equation of the directrix is x equals to, just like that in ellipse, it will be plus minus a over e, and length of the lattice rectum will be 2b square over a. So this almost all things, all formulas are same as ellipse. Okay, the different thing from ellipse is in this equation. In ellipse it used to be plus here, but here is a minus. And next thing is in the value of c square. In c square, while finding out c square in ellipse, we used to find out c square by the formula a square minus b square if a is bigger than b, and c square equal to b square minus a square if b is bigger than a. But here a or b value bigger or smaller doesn't matter in transverse axis to be along x-axis or y-axis. So here simply c square will be a square plus b square. Sum of this a square and b square gives us c square. So only this matter and this sign matter is different from ellipse, otherwise this formula matter all is same. And next that, if the y square term is positive, x square term is negative, then the transverse axis is along y-axis. At that time, vertex coordinates will be 0 plus minus b, and coordinate of the focus will be 0 plus minus c, and transverse axis, length of the transverse axis is 2b, and length of the conjugate axis will be 2a, and eccentricity value E equals to c over b in this case. When the transverse axis is along y-axis, then eccentricity formula is c over b, and equation of the directrix will be y equals to plus minus b over e, and length of the directrix term is 2a square over b. In this way, we can write the equation of directrix, length of the directrix term, and other parameters as well. And now equation of the hyperbola with center at hk and transverse axis parallel to x-axis and conjugate axis parallel to y-axis. So in this case, to get the vertex, we have its center is hk, so this h and k we can add here, and we can get the coordinate of vertices. That means coordinate of vertices will be h plus minus a and k. Simply by adding hk in this equation of hyperbola with transverse axis along x-axis, we can get the coordinate of the vertices of the hyperbola with center at hk and transverse axis parallel to x-axis. Coordinate of focus, to get coordinate of foci also, you simply add h and k here. That will be h plus minus c k, and this transverse axis length will be same. Only the hyperbola will be shifted to shifted parallel to x-axis, but its size does not change, so transverse axis length will also be same, conjugate axis length will also be same, eccentricity formula will also be same, and here we need to add here h to get equation right. Is x equals to h plus minus a over e. Okay, only diameter is different, and this length of the data system is also same. And when the axis transverse axis is parallel to y axis at the time, here when the axis of the parabola is transverse axis of the parabola is along y axis, in this formula we just have to add h and k, then we will get coordinate of the vertices, that will be h, k plus minus b is the coordinate of the vertices, and here adding hk in this we will get coordinate of the foci h, k plus minus c, and this transverse axis length will be same 2b, conjugate axis length is also same 2a, eccentricity formula also same, equals to c over b, and here we have to add k, y equals to, it will be k plus minus b over e. Okay, so it is y coordinate, so in this we have to add the y coordinate of the center, that k we have to add. Here it was x coordinate, so x coordinate h we had added, and now length of the data system will also be same because size does not change. Okay, in this way we can write all the important results of the parabola, and this will be helpful to solve problems on hyperbola. Okay, these are the important results of hyperbola, and these results will be used to solve problems on hyperbolas. And if you have remembered all the results of ellipse, then all the results are same, so it is easy for us to remember the results of hyperbola as well. Now look at the questions related to the hyperbolas. Here we have to find out vertices, foci, and eccentricity of the hyperbola, comparing above equation with with x square over a square minus y square over b square equals to 1. We have a square equals to 9, b square equal to 16. This implies a equals to 3, b equals to 4. Now coordinate of vertices are plus minus a comma 0 equals to plus minus, it will be 3 comma 0. Here as x square term is positive, so vertices, so the transverse axis lies along x-axis, so coordinate of vertices are plus minus 3, 0, and we know c square equals to a square plus b square. In the case of hyperbola we have this formula for c square. This implies c square equals to a square value from here is 9, b square value is 16. This implies c square equals to 25, and this implies c equals to 5. And now okay, so coordinate of foci, our formula for the coordinate of foci is r plus minus c comma 0, that will be plus minus c value from here is 5 comma 0. These are the coordinates of the foci, and eccentricity formula is eccentricity formula E, when transverse axis is along x-axis is c over a, so c value from here is 5 and a value from here is 3. In this way we have found out all the required parameters of this hyperbola. Okay, and here one main thing you have to know is eccentricity value must always be greater than 1, and if you get value of eccentricity lesser than 1, you think that your answer is not correct. Okay, so you have to get the value of eccentricity always greater than 1, and if you have got greater than 1, you think that your answer is correct. Now next question, find the vertices, center, eccentricity, foci of the hyperbola. Okay, so here first of all we change this into x minus h whole square over a square minus y minus k whole square over b square equal to 1 form. Then we will find out all the parameters. So here 9x square minus 18x, the x terms we have written together, minus 16y square minus 64y equals to 199. This is given equation. 9 square minus 18x, 16y square minus 64y, this is 199, goes to right side because plus. And now from this 2, 9 is common, x square minus 2x minus 16 is common, y square minus 16 minus times minus plus 16 4 so 4y equals to 199. So now to make this perfect square, what can be done is x square minus 2 times x times 1 plus 1 whole square we can write, and minus here 16 y square plus 2 times y, 2 2 is 4, so 2 we can write here, plus 2 whole square we can write, and here we did not have 9 in this case, and we did not have here 4, that means we did not have 4, means this 16 4 is 64, we did not have minus 64 here. So whatever we have added on the left hand side, same thing we need to add on the right hand as well. So here 1 we have added, means 9 ones and 9 we have added, so let us add 9 also here, and here we have added 4, means minus times plus minus, minus 64 we have added, so same minus 64 we add on the right side as well. Now we are 9, this is a square minus 2ab plus b square form, so you can write x minus 1 whole square using that formula, minus 16, this is a square plus 2ab plus b square form, so using a plus b whole square formula, y plus 2 whole square we can write, and from this calculation we will get 144. Okay, and dividing both sides by 144, 9 x minus 1 whole square over 144 minus 16 y minus 2 whole square over 144 divided by 144. We have divided by 144 because here in our formula there is 1 on the right hand side, so to make in the formula form we have divided by the same number which is on the right side. So 9 ones are 9, and it will be 5 remainder, so 9 6 are 54, 16 9 are 144. Okay, and comparing above equation with x minus h whole square over a square minus y minus k whole square over b square equals to 1. Coordinate of center hk equals to in place of h we have here 1, in place of k we have minus 2. This is the coordinate of the center, and we know c square equals to a square plus b square, and this implies c square equals to a square value here is 16 plus b square value is 9. This implies c square equals to 25, and this implies c equals to 5. And now coordinate of vertices formula is h plus minus a k. Here as x term is positive, so transverse axis along is parallel to x axis, so h plus minus a k is the coordinate of the vertices. So this equals to, in place of h we have 1 plus minus a value from here is 4, because a square is 16, a will be 4, and k value will be is here minus 2 given. So we have got, taking positive sign, we have got 5 minus 2, and next we are taking negative sign, it will be minus 4 plus 1 minus 3 and minus 2. Okay, so these are the coordinate of the vertices. Okay, 5 minus 2 and minus 3 comma minus 2. And we also need to find out coordinate of foci. We did coordinate of foci is h plus minus c k, that is h is 1 plus minus c value from here is 5, k value from here is minus 2. So taking positive sign, we'll get 1 plus 5 6 minus 2, and taking negative sign, minus 4, 1 minus 5 minus 4, and it is minus 2. So these are the coordinate of the foci. Okay, coordinate of foci are 6 minus 2 and minus 4 minus 2. In this way we have found out vertices, center of foci, and we need to find out eccentricity as well. So eccentricity E formula is c over a. C value from here is 5 and a value from here is 4. Okay, in this way we have found out all the required parameters. So in this way, easily by changing into the formula form, we can find out vertices, center, eccentricity, and foci of the hyperbola. So now look at one more question. Determine the equation of the hyperbola with focus at 6, 0 and vertices 4, 0. Here coordinate of the focus, C0 equals to 6 comma 0. If here positive 6, 0, 1 focus is given, then we compare with C0. If minus 6, 0 given, we compare with minus C comma 0. Okay, and simply value of C, we will find out. This implies C equals to 6, and coordinate of vertex. In vertex also, if positive given, we compare with positive 1. Vertex A comma 0, that is 4 comma 0. This implies A equals to 4. Okay, and we know C square formula is A square plus B square, and here C and A we know, so we need to find out B square. So B square will be C square minus A square, and this implies B square equals to C square, means that is 6 square, minus A square means it is 4 square. This implies B square equals to 6 is 36 minus 4 square means 16. This implies B square equals to 20, and so equation of hyperbola is here vertex and focus both are on x-axis. So the transverse axis is along x-axis. So equation of hyperbola with transverse axis along x-axis is x square over a square minus y square over b square equals to 1. Therefore a square over a square value from here is 4 square means 16 minus y square over b square value is 20 equals to 1. This is the required equation, is the required equation of the hyperbola. Okay, so this is the required equation of the hyperbola. In this way we can easily solve the problems on hyperbola. I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and if you have not already subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel so that I will be encouraged to make more videos, and also press bell icon so that you will be informed about my coming videos. Thank you very much.